Hey y'all, welcome back to Life More Abundantly with Chauncia. I wanted to hop on here and release this prophetic word. It is such an encouragement, and I know that it will bless you. This actually stems from a dream that I had on yesterday, which was July 16th. And it was roughly around like 2 a.m. when I woke up, and God began to reveal to me like what the dream meant. And when, as soon as he did, I was like, get out of here. But this word is called, it's payback time. And so the dream I had, there were a group of individuals that were like intensely looking for me, like in a sense of hunting me down. And I'm in a parking lot, and I so happen to overhear a conversation that one of them is having about plotting to take my kids away. To take away something that is rightfully mine. And so I want you to pay attention to the details. I panic because I just overheard, them trying to take away my kids and plotting, behind my back. I panic, and then I plan to escape the area as quickly as possible to keep my babies and I safe. And so after that, I run into an old friend of mine. And it just so happens that she's experiencing the same thing, the very same thing that I am experiencing in regards to, being on the run because individuals are after me. She's experiencing the same thing, so she's running too. And so in that moment of us, chatting and talking, we look over, and the group of individuals that were after us are now rushing toward us to capture us and to literally just take us out. And so we're near a building. And we decide, hey, just grab our kids, and we run into the building, and the door locks behind us. So we thought that the door locked behind us. And so we're running up the flight of stairs, but somehow the group of individuals that are chasing us, they get in, and again, they are angry and just wanting to completely take us out. And so we get to the top of the staircase, and it's kind of like a standoff thing. But our enemies end up firing, a bullet at us, but that bullet that they fired boomeranged and hit one of its own people. And so it was like a domino effect. So the bullet that was meant for me and my friend to take us out, it actually boomeranged and hit one of the, friends of the enemies. And so it didn't even touch us. What was meant for us did not even touch us. It couldn't touch us. And so the enemy literally took himself out. It didn't just boomerang and hit one of them, but it hit one of them, and then that one bullet hit the other person, and then that one bullet. It was just a boomerang effect. Come on, Holy Spirit. And so the scene switched. My God, I feel the Holy Spirit on this. The scene switched. Thank you, Holy Spirit. My God, my God, my God, my God. Y'all, I'm going to try to get through this because this word is so prophetic. It is just crazy. The scene switched, and we're all, in an alley. God, I bless you. We're in an alley with a drop top car, them low rider cars that don't have the tops on them. I'm watching, what looks like an unwanted photo shoot. Like people are in the photo shoot, but they don't want to be in it. And so, but they're very strange, looking people, very disfigured almost, physically disfigured. And so there are multiple photo shoots going on at the same time. And then after that, the scene changed, and I'm sitting in one of the cars with my friend, the young lady that I was running with in the first place, because she was experiencing the same thing that I was. And so someone calls, cut on the scene, which means, stop, end of the act or whatever. And then all of a sudden, me and my friend start laughing because the same individuals that were after us are now confirming their payment dates with us. And what I mean by that is they had to pay up for the hardship that they had put us through. So they were literally telling us, this is when I'm making the payment. And it was almost in a sense before they said that, we were confirming their payment. So this is your scheduled due date. This is when I expect my payment. And they were like, okay, this is the day that I will make the payment in such and such amounts. And so they had to pay us back for the hardship, the agony, the stress, the turmoil, Everything that they put us through, they had to pay us back for it. Job opportunities, business deals, scholarship. That's why they didn't want to be in the photo shoot. Remember earlier I said that they look, it looked like it was an unwanted photo shoot and they didn't want to be there. But the photo shoot represented God's light exposing the works of the enemy and exposing, the enemy's plans. And so they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to pay up, but God's light was so bright, and God just himself, like, he exposes the enemy, and the enemy had to pay up. And then the dream ends with my friend and I laughing on our cell phones with a huge bundle of cash that looked like a rolled up blanket. So, like when you roll up like a king size, comforter, like it's a pretty thick, it looks pretty thick. And so that's literally what the cash bundles looked like. It was that large. And it was sitting next to us in the car that we were in. And then the dream ended. Now, the revelation from this dream is literally comes from Proverbs chapter 6, verse 31. And I'm reading this from the New Living Translation. It reads, but if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. Again, but if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. And the Holy Spirit wanted me to let you know that it is payback time, that the enemy has been caught. That's just point blank. He's been caught. And so everything that the enemy has stolen from you, whether that be your peace of mind, whether that be your health, whether that be your children, whether that be a kingdom spouse, like, all of these things are coming back to you now, and they're coming back speedily. They're coming back at like I can't even describe how fast it's going to happen, but I'm telling you now so that you will know when it happens that God had already told you that it was going to happen. So you are living in I can't even say season. You are living in the moment where it's literally payback time, where God is causing the enemy to pay back you for everything that he has put you through. Now, mind you, God allowed these things because God knew the blessings that were coming from it. And so the enemy, when he, attacks us and tries to plan and plot against us, the enemy is just thinking like he got the last say, he got the final say. But y'all know the way our God works. That's never the case. And so this is your payback time. I'm telling you, everything that you lost, God is restoring it. He's bringing it back in such a way that is refreshing. It's going to empower you. It's going to renew you. I know a lot of you have been feeling weary. You have been feeling drained. You have been feeling tired, and just to the point where you have been wanting to give up, and even some have given up. And trust me, I relate with you. But God is saying, because you held on, because you trusted me, because you persevered, I am causing the enemy to pay you back. Okay? And so be encouraged with this word. Please, please, please be encouraged with this word. It was such a tremendous blessing to me. And I pray that it will be such a tremendous blessing to you, that you don't even have to, in a sense, take the enemy out, because God is causing the enemy to take his own self out. Okay? The enemy will take his own self out, because that's the presence and the glory of the Father with you. So celebrate now. It's payback time. Everything that God has with your name on it is coming to you now. It's payback time. God bless.